John, if you could share, we've got a few minutes left, any tips with people out there who want to pursue their dream, whether it's to play college football or college sports or professional sports, or leave their 9 to 5 to start a business and become an entrepreneur, to be their own boss, whatever it may be. Do you have any tips that you could share with our listeners?
Oh man, so many. But I'm gonna try to narrow it down to like the two fundamental things that I think is most important for success. And the deeper I go and studying quantum and different stuff, it's like I always come back to these two things.
Yeah.
It's like if I just knew this, how much better or faster I could have created, right? And,
right.
Number one, very, very simple. Like, you have to know what you want. You literally have to know what you want. You have to know, exactly what you want, not vaguely what you want. Like, what you want and why you want it is imperative.
Yes.
Right? And people, like I mentioned earlier, if you start asking them, well, what do you want? And they'll be like, well, I don't want this. I don't want to, wake up and live with regret. I don't want to, be 50 pounds overweight. I don't want this $5,000 debt. Like, you will never change if you constantly talk and speak about what you don't want.
Right.
So first and foremost, like if I'm coaching somebody who's struggling, and that language pattern, which is very powerful, is constantly speaking about what they don't want. They don't want their job, or they don't want their boss, or they don't want, they're in trouble until they start to refocus their language and pursue exactly what they want, because focus does expand, right? Your energy will attract what it focuses on. And so, as simple as me writing down Scottsdale home,
right,
it gives coordinates to your unconscious to put the people and places and things in place to start directing you in that direction. And those little synchronicities that you feel are coincidences. Right? You can believe in coincidence or synchronicity or whatever, but I believe that when I'm focused on something, those things, if I'm thinking about you and you text me at the same time, like, that's not a coincidence. It's this attraction, it's this vibration that's out there, right? And that can get a little mystical, but I've seen it happen too many times to turn my head at it.
Right.
So, quite simply, whether it's high school kid or junior high kid or myself, that I did naturally, knowing what I wanted and focusing on it is the most powerful thing a person can do. So that's number one. And number two, being a master of your emotional state. Okay, being a master of your emotional state. So if you think about happiness or joy or bliss or anger or frustration or motivation or lack of motivation, right? Yeah. The fundamental thing that I believe is the most contagious thing that a person, the most contagious thing out there is attitude or emotional state, far more contagious than a virus, right? You walk in and you're always surrounding yourself with negativity, you're going to feel negative.
Right.
I want to be the person who can influence motivation and impact, but in order for me to do that, I have to center that emotional state inside myself so I can transfer it to you.
Right. Yep.
Some people don't even know they're doing it. I talk to you and you laugh. I love it, bro. Like, it gives me, like, it just, it's infectious.
Thank you.
Right?
Yes.
I want to be that infectious with what I do. If I need to sell someone in my program to change their life, I can't be frustrated on the phone. If I'm frustrated trying to sell deals, I'll never get the results I want. I need to be motivated within so that I can influence outside.
Right.
So, like, centering that emotional state and being very, very quick to understand if you are frustrated, right? And shortening that gap of anger or frustration or the negative emotions. I always say you can't create inspiring work in a frustrated state. Mm-hmm. So you can't solve your problems that you created in that negative emotional state by being in a negative emotional state. We have to be able to pattern interrupt that state and change it into the thing that's going to be able to solve the problems that are inevitably going to come up. So understanding just that alone, that if you're angry, it's not that you're angry, it's that you're practicing anger in the moment, just like an actor.
Got it. Yep.
Your posture, like, things can make you, you're making yourself angry, not your spouse, and you're deciding to be angry for however long you want to be angry for.
Right.
And I started to realize that it's like, I could just as easily choose not to be angry right now.
Right.
And my life would be so much better. And that's powerful, man. Like, nobody ever taught that in school.
That's
and
true.
So we were almost like leaves floating in the wind. Just, when we're angry, we're angry. When we're happy, we're happy. States are going to change. But if you can change your state on purpose,
Yep.
you can just cut through problems. And people think you're crazy. Like, how is that guy happy all the time? Or how is that guy, not that I'm never angry. I have short. It's like really short. Right?
Yeah.
I want to feel gratitude in my heart. I want to feel abundance in my heart.
Right.
Because when I do that, my outer world reflects that.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. John, thank you so very much for sharing on my show today. Again, for those of you who are listening, you've got to find johnmatson.com. Is that correct? Is that your website?
Yeah.
Okay, johnmatson.com. Or John Matson Official on Instagram. And John Matson just on Facebook, right?
Yeah, John Matson on Facebook.
Okay. You've definitely got to go find John Matson on his social media. Follow him. His content that he shares is powerful, inspiring, and, in my personal opinion, valuable to anybody who has a goal that they want to pursue. You need to feed your brain, strengthen your brain like we strengthen our muscles. We need to strengthen our brain with positive information, and that's what I love about what you're doing, John, on social. I'm sure you're doing that in life in general, but I see it on social. So thank you so much again for sharing with everybody and for sharing on my show. You have no idea how much I appreciate you.
Dude, thank you, man. Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate you and excited to, continue our relationship, even if it's, miles apart. I appreciate you, my brother.
Likewise. Well, if I can ever buy you Fleming's if you're in town, I know you're probably going to be super busy visiting Grandma and Grandpa with your daughter, so I'm probably not going to get that call. But if there's ever a day that you're like, I'm totally bored, give me a call. I'll take you to Fleming's.
Dude, I'll take you up, man. I'll never pass up food.
Awesome. Excellent. Well, John, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Everybody, you've been listening to K-Talk Radio 1640 AM, the show Utah Home Sweet Home. I am your host, Joshi Shiraki. John Matson, thank you again. I really appreciate you so much.
Absolutely, buddy. Talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon. I hope everybody has a spectacular rest of the weekend. Okay, before we part ways, in case you have a dog or know someone else who does have a dog, I wanted to take a quick second to show you the Snap Leash. The Snap Leash can literally do so many things, and I'm going to share with you one of the many cool things that it can do. As you can see, the Snap Leash is designed with 2 swivel hooks, one on each end. This end has a cushion stitched into it to make it comfortable when walking your dog. Now, all you have to do is take this swivel hook, put it into this very first grommet, and now you've got your handle. Okay, so now let's imagine you're at the park and you want to secure your pet quickly, safely, and easily to a park bench, a tree, or a pole because you just want to sit down and relax. Well, all you need to do is take this swivel hook, remove it from the very first grommet, wrap this leash around any size tree or pole or park bench, and put it into the appropriate grommet, and now you have secured your pet quickly, safely, and easily. And when it's time to head home, another great feature about the Snap Leash is you can simply wrap it around your waist for hands-free walking. Lastly, if you ever accidentally forget your waist bags at home, these grommets make a great place to fasten the waist bags so you never leave home without them. And if you want to see all of the other cool things that the Snap Leash can do, then please just click on the link below and find out why so many others are falling in love with the Snap Leash.